Hello everyone. Before we start, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to cut anything with a sharpless knife? You press harder, you push, you twist, and even you get mad at the poor tomato. And after all, you get the same result: frustration, uneven cuts, and probably your tomato looks like a salsa at this point. Now, imagine this with a power tool, like a circular saw. You don't just get uneven cuts, you get something worse: danger. That's why today, I want to teach you something very simple, but very important: how to replace the blade in a circular saw. At the beginning, it might sound intimidating, but it's easier than trying to cut a steak with a butter knife. By the end of this demonstration, you will learn three things. First, how to set up the proper workspace and the safety that you need to. Second, how to remove the old blade from the saw. And third, how to install the new blade and make sure it works correctly. And just for you know, I'm not making this up. I've been working with wood project and general construction repair for nearly a decade. I have a shared experience on power tools, and of course, I have a couple oops that I don't want to talk about. Well, let's begin. The first step is the preparation. Think about that you are cooking. When you cook, you want to make sure you have all the ingredients before. In this case, your ingredients are your safety, your tools, your wrench, and of course, the saw. The first step, and the most important, is to remove the power source from the saw. Because, believe me, I see so many people that forgot this step, and you don't want your saw to turn on in the middle while you're touching the blade. Well, you'll be surprised how many people doesn't set up the proper workspace. You want to make sure that you're working in a solid and in a stable base, that you set your saw in a proper way, and you have the safety in you. The next step is probably the hardest one: remove the old blade. To this, most of the saws, they have this lock button over here. The intent is to lock the blade from spinning. You're gonna press it and you're gonna turn until you hit the click. Now it's hold. Most of the saw at the same time, they have their own wrench. If you don't have it, it's fine. You can use any wrench. So we're gonna make sure it's locked. After that, we're gonna turn the bolt. Every saw is different. In this case, we have to turn it clockwise. Might be a little stuck, so you have to push with a little force, not too much, but it's done. After you untie the bolt, you're gonna take it off. You wanna keep it because we're gonna need it later. Then you're gonna remove the gore and take out the blade. At this point, the gloves are very important, because even when it's a chopless blade, you can get an unwanted tattoo if you're not careful enough. After that, you want to keep the washer. For practical purpose, I'm gonna use the same blade. The process to install the new blade is basically the same, but reverse. You're gonna remove the gore, you wanna place the blade, and you wanna make sure that the arrows of the blade and the arrows of the guard are facing the same way, because if not, you won't cut wood. You're just gonna send it a little aggressive. After that, you're gonna install the washer and the bolt. At this time, we're gonna just tie with our fingers. When it's tight enough, we're gonna press the bottom again, and with the wrench, we're gonna make sure it's tight. We need to tie this bolt pretty well. Nothing crazy, but enough to keep the blade in the place. After we install the bolt, we're gonna spin a little bit with our hands to make sure it doesn't move, and we're gonna install the power source again. After everything is done, we're gonna try it. So when we turn it on, we need to pay attention and we need to make sure the sound is smooth. You hear that? No problem at all. If by any chance or by any reason, when you turn it on, you hear something weird, you need to stop it and go back step and check if everything is working correctly. So let's recap. First, we prepare the workspace and the safety. Second, we remove the old blade. Third, we install the new blade. And at the end, we just try it. And just like that, you remove and you change the blade or your saw. And you're ready to make all the cuts that you need to. Changing a saw blade can be intimidating, but believe me, if you do in time, it will save you money, it will save you wood, and it will save you danger. Because the next time that you are struggling with your saw, just breathe. Don't get mad. Don't curse at the blade, and of course, don't blame the wood. Just replace your blade at the same time. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a wonderful day.